Now let's get more on the subject of climate change, which is where we started with Anne-Marie Tomchak, who is in the World's Newsroom for us now. Anne-Marie.
John, I'm here in a special part of the World's Newsroom, which will be keeping a very, very close eye on Obama's speech. We're here in the Health and Science Unit on the second floor, and I'm joined by Roger Harrabin. He's an environment analyst with the BBC, and also Xin Li from the BBC Chinese service. Roger, just to start with you, so much hype over this speech. It's being tipped as being a major, major speech. Is it that big a deal?
Well, it is a big deal. If you remember, President Obama turned up at the Copenhagen Climate Summit a few years ago and promised to cut US emissions 4% on 1990 levels by 2020. Now, that was way less than what other major players were offering and way less what scientists said was necessary, but it was a pledge. Now, we haven't seen, between then and now, we haven't seen how he would achieve that or even remotely attempt to achieve it. And today, for the first time, we have seen something that looks like a plan. It's a comprehensive set of measures that he's proposing, including in particular tackling emissions from existing coal-fired power stations, which has not been possible before. And if he carries it through, if he's not blocked, if he has the fight for a long legal battle, then maybe, just maybe, he might hit the rather weak targets that America has proposed.
So this is about America, but we're also looking at the more global picture too, and Obama is going to pledge to work as closely as possible with India and China. Xin, China has already made lots of pledges recently.
Yes, remember 2 weeks ago, Obama met Xi Jinping in California, and the two leaders made very few concrete policy breakthroughs, except on carbon emission, that the two countries will work together on this.
So it's still a big challenge to just really meet minds when it comes to the issue of carbon emissions, especially because China is one of the world's biggest polluters, if not the biggest. Roger, it must be a big challenge reporting on an issue as gargantuan as climate change.
It's extremely difficult because it stretches right from the science on one side through to the policy and social implications on the other side. And these kind of often get mixed up together. And I think there's really been a collective failure of the media in many parts of the world, and I'd say in the US and the UK in particular, in which it was quite clear from a survey I saw the other day that a lot of people think there's major scientific disagreement about the causes of climate change. That is simply not true. 97% of scientists in a recent survey were saying that climate change was happening and was predominantly man-made. And even a lot of climate change skeptics agree that. We seem to have failed to have put that point of view across, and really we could hope to inform the global audience a little better, I think.
Okay, well, we'll be watching how you inform the global audience better, and thank you, Xin and Roger, for joining us. That's it from us for today. You can get more on the BBC website, bbc.com/news, and I'm on Twitter @AMTomchak.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for that.